There's so many fans of Tiki out there right now that are going, I can't believe you get to have the Ed Hamilton Beachbum Berry Zombie before me. Aloha, folks. Welcome back to Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. People said it would never happen. But ladies and gentlemen, the genius of rums is back. Mr. Ed Hamilton. Was that a dumb intro?
I've had dumber. It's okay.
You're back.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too. Why are you back so soon?
Well, we talked about this as zombie rum.
Yeah.
Beachbum Berry zombie blend.
Yep.
I don't take any responsibility for anything that goes on here except for the rum. It had to happen.
Last time you were on the show, we had more cocktails on this show than I've ever had in my life. On the show.
Oh.
Not in life.
I was going to say, I know better than that.
I think the people enjoyed watching you get me loaded on this show. Is that going to happen again?
No, absolutely not. It's a simple little drink.
So this is the zombie blend by you and Beachbum Berry.
Well, it's Beachbum Berry. I was in his bar one night. It was not a dark and stormy night. It was just an average night.
Mm-hmm.
We were behaving ourselves. All of the ideas for the rums that I've bottled with my name on them are the direct result of bartenders coming to me and saying, hey, I need a Jamaican black rum, or I need a 151. I need a Demerara that isn't 80 proof with some character. I need a better pimento dram. I need a white rum. Jeff and I were talking, and he says, I'd really like to have a blend for my zombie so that, A, I don't have to train bartenders on the 3 rums to drink.
Right.
I don't have to keep them in inventory.
Right.
And people can make this wonderful drink at home and not have to have the same problem that we all run into. Oh, I don't have the 3 different rums.
My bass player in my band, Shorty Poole, he was at the beginning of me doing the series, he's like, yeah, I'd love to make the drinks that you're making, but it costs me a fortune to buy everything in order to get it set up. So that's the great thing, I think, about this zombie blend, is that you buy one bottle and then the ingredients,
right.
You're off and running.
So the original zombie recipe, Jeff unearthed back in, I believe, 2005.
Right.
And he'd done a lot of research in LA and bars and bartenders and descendants of bartenders and notebooks, and he finally found it. Mm-hmm. And it called for 1.5 ounces of Puerto Rican gold rum, 1.5 ounces of Jamaican rum, and 1 ounce of Demerara 151. That's 4 ounces. So it's a lot, even for a seasoned drinker. It's 1/6 of a bottle, basically, and it's got 151 in, 1 ounce of that, so it's a higher proof drink.
It's 1/6 of a bottle drinking a zombie?
Yeah, well, a bottle's 25 ounces, a regular bottle's 25 ounces.
Yeah.
And 4 ounces is almost 1/6, and it's over 151. Throw 1 ounce of that in there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of alcohol. So Jeff says, I would like to come up with a blend that we can make a 2-ounce drink, not lose the flavor and the character of the original zombie, but that you can drink 2 of them.
Sure.
Because so many times people come to my bar, they have a drink, and then they start feeling good, and then they want a zombie. Nobody comes in off the street and says, first drink of the day, give me a zombie.
Right.
So you've already had a couple of drinks, or a beer or something.
And people get drunk too quick.
Well, that's part of the deal of going to bars and drinking rum.
It's true.
He says, let's work on a 2-ounce pour of rum that we can capture the flavor of those 3 rums.
Okay.
And then work on a cocktail that will emulate that original zombie. I said, yeah, okay, I can do that. What flavor profile do you want? Well, I got an idea, 1.5 ounces Puerto Rican gold, 1.5 ounces of Jamaican, and then the 151. Yeah, okay, I got those.
Is that how you start? Did you literally just pour those together and see what they taste like?
Yeah, I said, well, put them together and show me what you're using now. We put them together, and he says, yeah, this is no good.
Oh.
The Puerto Rican gold they're using today is not what they were using back in the 1930s.
Sure.
It doesn't have the character that it had back then. Mm-hmm. What we did was blend things together to get a flavor profile, and then he worked with it in the cocktail.
Okay.
So the cocktail evolved as the rum blend was evolving.
I see.
Now, he would give me feedback on a blend. I would send it to my friends in 5 and 20 upstate New York. They would blend it, send him a sample, send me a sample. And for a long time, we didn't even have the proof nailed down. We were up to 124 proof. We were down to 116 proof.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Tough work, but Jeff's got to do it. That's his job. Not my job. Jeff's job. But we finally agreed that 59% alcohol was a good number at 2 ounces. And so he worked on the recipe, and we put it on the label, and away we go. Another strategic decision that I made, and Jeff went along with me. He usually does. He's pretty easy to work with.
Yeah.
But I said, let's put this in liter bottles.
Okay.
So you can get, that's like 34 ounces, so you can get 17 drinks.
Sure.
You put it in a 750 bottle, that's 25 ounces roughly, you're only going to get 13 drinks.
Oh, okay.
Home bartenders don't want to run out.
Yep.
It's also a little bit more cost effective to bottle in a bigger bottle. And bartenders like a clear liter bottle. It's easier to do inventory at the end of the day. So as he worked on the label, his wife had a little input, as she usually does, on things on the label. I'm really happy with it. It came out nice. Started shipping a few weeks ago. Been delivered to Texas, Florida. It's on its way to Oregon, Utah.
And you told me that Texas already has reorders.
Texas is reordered. Florida's reordered. Massachusetts, it's on its way there. Won't be available in New York for another 3 weeks because of the SLA rules there. Oh, New Orleans, of course. New Orleans has gotten registered. Kentucky's getting registered. Indiana is close, haven't gotten an order there yet. Illinois has got some interest. Arizona's got interest. So it'll be available in a few more states soon.
Okay.
It's doing well.
Before we go on, I think we should probably educate the folks who don't know who Beachbum Berry is, who he is. He's kind of like, he's like the Indiana Jones of tiki cocktails.
Yeah, he is. He was living in LA in the 90s while I was in the Caribbean sailing around visiting distilleries, discovering all the rums down there and what the profiles were and how they were made and all that. He was in LA researching how these old rums were used. We had no idea that each other were. We finally met in about 2006 or 7, something like that. He had been chronicling the old tiki recipes purely for the archives. He believed that tiki was dead. It was going away in the 90s. Most of the tiki bars were closing. Most of the big ones, the Mai Kai was about one of the last 5 or so that were still around. There were a few places in Hawaii and a Trader Vic's in San Francisco, but it's since closed. But he did it purely as an archivist and as a historian, and he believed that these recipes were going to go the way of history.
Yeah, and he was talking to people like Ray Buin, who started the Tiki Tea and also who worked for Don Beach and at the Islander and all kinds of different places, and also Tony Ramos and these guys who were kind of forgotten. They weren't heroes. Now they're superstars, but
and to their wives, to their kids, spent a lot of time to find people, the old Filipino bartenders, and then they had passed on, and people let him look in old shoeboxes of books and notes of things. Oh yeah, Dad died, but he's got some papers if you want to look.
I don't know why you'd want to look, but
if you want to look. And that's how we found these things. And then Tiki started coming back in the early 2000s. And he was a little frustrated because all of a sudden he had done all this work, he published books on it, and then people started grabbing the books, open up a tiki bar, didn't give him any credit, of course, for anything.
Because they have the blueprint laid out for him.
They hadn't done any research. Then they were doing their own twists on things. Because, of course, I can do it better than the old tiki guys.
Of course.
I heard somebody talking about Gordon Ramsay the other day, and they said, I improved on his recipe. Gordon Ramsay just went into a rage.
I'm sure he did. He probably hunted the guy down.
He was in front of him on a show.
Oh, wow.
Jeff would not hunt you down, wouldn't yell at you. He'd just walk off. Great guy, very mild-mannered guy. I am very fortunate to consider him a good friend. And because I had access to rums and know the flavor profiles of these rums, and he knows what the recipe is supposed to taste like, we had a very good partnership. And we worked back and forth, and it took us 2 years to do this.
Wow.
This wasn't an overnight thing.
I would also urge anybody who doesn't know who Beachbum Berry is to go out and buy all of his books, not just Potions of Caribbean or the Grog Log or anything like that. Buy them all, and if you have an iPhone, get the Beachbum Berry Total Tiki app. It was like such an eye-opening roadmap for me creating tiki cocktails like even a decade ago. It's great. Tonight, we're gonna make the zombie using your blend.
My blend, Jeff's recipe.
Okay, so we're just gonna go through the thing and you're gonna hold up the ingredients.
No, I'm gonna read them off and you're gonna hold them up.
Turning the tables on me.
I'm not a bartender.
And so for this cocktail, we will be using
Beachbum Berries Zombie Rum Blend. I have that. That's easy.
Okay. Lime juice, grapefruit juice. My grapefruit tree's running out of grapefruit, so we're using half that I've already squeezed or cut. You know. Okay. Falernum, cinnamon syrup, pernod, bitters, grenadine. Let's start by cutting a lime in half. You resist any impulses to ever call yourself a bartender. Is that correct?
Well, I'm not a bartender. I'm not.
Either am I. How many ounces of lime juice?
3/4 ounce. So we're going to make 2 of these. We're going to use 1.5 ounces of lime juice.
Okay.
So I'm going to suggest that should we put the rum in the mixer first and then add the ingredients, or?
So you usually do the rums last, because if you screw up, then you're not throwing out your
I would agree with
your
that.
precious rum. And you usually get about 1 ounce of lime juice from a lime, so we need just a little bit more lime juice here.
Those are beautiful limes. You must have grown those in your yard. You didn't buy those at Costco.
Correct.
1.5 ounces of lime juice.
Okay. Okay, so 1/2 ounce of grapefruit juice per cocktail.
Right.
1 ounce of grapefruit juice.
Right.
Okay. And I hand squeeze the grapefruits, and if you kind of squeeze from the top and work your way down, it seems to work a little bit better than just grabbing it through the middle and gushing all over the place. 1 ounce of grapefruit juice.
1 ounce of falernum.
Okay. Is there a falernum that you prefer?
No.
Okay.
1/2 ounce per cocktail.
Okay, so 1 ounce for 2. And there is our 1 ounce. Yeah, looks like we are low on falernum, so if somebody wants to sponsor us for falernum, I'm totally open. So 1 ounce for 2 cocktails.
And 1 ounce of cinnamon syrup.
Okay, and I just made this the other day. There we go. 1/2 ounce per cocktail.
Right. Good thing there's 2 of us here to keep this straight.
Oh no, I can't imagine doing this with a bunch of customers yelling at me. That's why I do it for YouTube.
And then a dash pernod.
Okay, so here's the pernod.
16 drops.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14, 15, 16. Sheesh.
And 16 drops of grenadine.
16, I need a dropper for the grenadine. Okay.
So this is a drink that I probably won't make a lot at home. Not a bartender. Some with 6, 7 ingredients. I'll go to a bar and watch them do it. 16 drops of grenadine.
Okay.
And you have, I see, Small Hand Food. Jennifer Caillou. She makes fabulous stuff.
Oh, you know her?
Yes. Very fortunate to know a lot of these people. Small Hand Foods, there's nothing she makes that you're going to go wrong on.
Jennifer needs to figure out a top that I can open.
Oh, we bang it on the floor for you here.
What? Bang it on the floor?
Yeah.
What does that do? Oh, come on. You were a sailor.
I'm tall, but I'm not a magician.
All right. 16 drops, is that what you said?
Yes, 16 drops. That's what I said, yes.
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm not yelling.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16. And it's so important that you use good grenadine. Don't get like the syrupy bottles at the local grocery store. There's such a taste difference.
Yeah, so that's made with pomegranates and
it's
good stuff. Now, 4 ounces of rum.
What about the bitters?
Oh, we didn't do the bitters yet.
No. Wait, how many?
16
16
drops.
Really?
Dash, it says a dash, 8 drops.
Okay.
16 drops.
1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, I think if you do a dash, but you have to have the nozzle.
But it says 16 drops.
Right, 16 drops.
Okay. It doesn't say or a dash?
Well, it says a dash, 8 drops.
Oh, I could have just dashed.
Well, but how are you going to dash the other ingredients? That's why I'm here to help you. 3/4 ounce, 6 ounces of crushed ice, or a 1.5 cups of crushed ice.
Okay.
But first, 4 ounces of rum.
Oh yeah, how about some rum?
So this is 118 proof, 59% alcohol. So it's a mouthful.
Love the corks you use.
Like those are synthetic.
4 ounces?
4 ounces rum.
Okay. God, that smells so good. Is there like a hint of cinnamon or something to that? Maybe that was the cinnamon syrup that I'm...
from your...
Oh, okay.
From the hand.
Whatever the hell's in it. It smells mighty delicious. So, there's 4 ounces of the brand new Zombie Blend by Beachbum Berry and Ed Hamilton.
Oh, it's lighter already.
Okay, so we are going to fill it with some ice.
Getting measurements right is really important to a lot of professional bartenders and professional drinkers. We could throw a bunch of ice in there, but this recipe says blend for no more than 5 seconds. And so if we're going to do that right, we might as well get the right amount of ice. And then we're going to put this is for dilution, this part of the ice, and then we're going to pour it in the glass and then fill the glass with ice to bring the pour up. 3/4 of an ounce per cocktail.
Okay.
So 1.5 ounces.
Cup and a half.
Yeah, 1.5 cups.
Okay.
Good thing we're not married. I could see this cocktail becoming a real challenge for married couples.
I could see a lot of other issues arise if we were married.
We're not getting married, folks.
All right, so there's the cocktail.
Now we're going to power blend no more than 5 seconds.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's more. That's more than 5 seconds.
Should we start over?
No.
Okay.
Okay, pour that in 2 glasses.
And I have an announcement myself. These are brand new from Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. A brand new color. So we've done the blue ones before, but these will be released on the website right after this episode.
Spike's Breezeway Cocktail.
Yeah, and the masks on here are the masks behind the...
Oh, that's pretty sexy.
Thank you. Okay, and then we will finish it with ice.
Yeah, it says fill with ice.
I'm so excited about this drink.
I've only had this drink one other time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just one time.
How come?
Because I don't make drinks.
Oh yeah, I know. You have your tea punch, huh?
I do have a tea punch. And then garnish with mint.
And
say a professional bartender would have gotten the liquid levels the same, but that's okay. That's okay.
I told you I'm not a professional. Okay, a little bit of a whack on there to release the oils. So there is some mint for you.
That's the most mint I've ever seen in a cocktail.
Really?
But it's okay. I love mint.
Yeah, me too. Okay, and then there's that. And then I have some paper straws. What do you think about paper straws?
I love them. Biodegradable.
And so, from Ed Hamilton and Beachbum Berry, this is the Beachbum Berry Zombie?
Zombie Blend.
Ooh, Zombie Blend. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
See on the outside of that glass how it's all frosted up?
Yeah.
That's because it's a high-proof drink.
Oh. It's not just a temperature thing.
Well, it is a temperature thing, but higher proof alcohol will lower the melting point.
Oh.
So it frosts up on the outside.
Yeah, looks nice.
Even here in Southern California. Cheers, man.
Cheers. I'm so excited.
Good job. You're hired. You want to make these? We could have a zombie party and you can make cocktails.
I like the idea of a zombie party. Not just because of the cocktail, but like, like zombies. That's so good.
It's pretty good.
Holy smokes. Oh, man.
So the criteria is it doesn't suck.
Everybody in the comments loved you saying it doesn't suck. But this doesn't.
No, that doesn't suck at all.
This doesn't suck. This is like, holy smokes.
Love the mint in the nose.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely strong.
It's definitely strong, but it's so smooth. I think in the past I've had like the 1934 Zombie, and there's definitely an edge to it.
Right. So that was part of getting a blend of aged rums and balancing it. And it was really a balancing act, and then getting the ingredients and proportions of the ingredients. So it wasn't in-your-face alcohol.
Yeah.
But also had flavor and character and balance. And I think Jeff did a great job on this.
I think he totally did. I think people's palates have changed since the 1930s.
Yes.
You know, people were used to really like kind of aggressive cocktails back then, very spirit forward. And especially being in a place like New Orleans. He probably wants, not that it's catering to the lowest common denominator, but he probably wants a cocktail that is a little easier and not something that's so aggressive, you know?
No, this is nice.
But it has all the qualities of the original Zombie. It's, my God, that's so good.
We worked on many pre-production blends.
Yeah.
And then we got the production blend.
Uh-huh.
Sent that to Jeff and myself. Said, well, Jeff's the guy. If Jeff approves it, it's okay. But
sure.
Nobody cares what I think.
Right, yeah.
He got it and said, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
And so away we went. Go to your local liquor store and ask them, preferably a store that handles Hamilton, and ask them to get Beachbum Berries Zombie Blend. And they can get it through their Hamilton Rum distributor.
It's such a product that has been so anticipated by so many people, and I'm honored to help debut it almost on the Breezeway Cocktail Hour. And this cocktail is so good. I think we should probably make another one, right?
We should.
So folks, thank you so much for joining us once again on Spike's Breezeway Cocktail Hour. I would love to thank my buddy Ed Hamilton for coming back on here. And folks,
you can. You would love to? Yeah, you can. You're welcome. I'll be back.
He'll be back.
Pour in tall glass, add ice to fill, garnish with mint.
Who's Phil?
I don't know. 3/4 ounce lime. So let's try a little bit of this straight. You got a little glass?
See, this is where the whole thing comes off the rails. I knew it was a matter of time. He's probably going to pull out 5 more bottles. We're going to be here till midnight.
No. Do you want to take a sip of this?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, of course you do. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. I wasn't there. I offer him a drink.
Get rid of the seed here. Beat it. Okay.
So you can imagine what it took to taste through probably 40 different samples of this at high proof. We would get 3 or 4 samples at a time, and we would sample them and then try to figure out which one we liked best, and then get on the phone and then try to make notes and make sense of what we were talking about, and then talk about it a couple of days later and try to make sense of that conversation we had previously. And we came to the conclusion that you can only really taste 2 high proof spirits per evening and stay coherent and focused on the job. So that's the biggest glass you got, isn't it? Yeah, that's a full size.
What did you want, like a Dixie cup?
No, this is fine.
Okay.
I should have brought some communion cups. I use communion cups for tasting
Really?
samples, yeah. They're perfect.
Uh-huh. So how do you taste rum? Like, is there like a thing to it? Like if you're tasting wine or something, like you...
Sure. Swirl it around a little bit to release some of the aromas into the glass. Mm-hmm. This glass is actually very good for tasting rum. Mm. Tip it on its side a little bit. Mm-hmm. Inhale through your nose and open your mouth a little bit and go from the top to the bottom.
Oh, you can kind of taste it in your mouth.
Right. But you notice that you get different flavors from the top to the bottom and then go from the bottom to the top? So it's heavier at the bottom, more alcohol, lighter alcohols at the top. That tells you that it's a more complex spirit. This works really well with rums, whiskeys, all that kind of thing.
Okay.
But is there anything offensive from the top to the bottom?
No. This is a delightful scent.
And then I usually take a sip of water and then take a sip of the spirit.
No water.
Then I put it at arm's length. Breathe in. You swallowed it, so you got the aftertaste. And then look at the glass. Does that invite you to have another sip? Or does it say, Spike, that's enough of that?
Oh, no,
Leave it alone. And that's when you know it's a good rum or something to be left on the shelf.
So that's why you put it at arm's length.
Yeah.
I see.
I don't want to make it too easy. If I put it right here,
Uh-huh.
you go, yeah, I'll have another drink. If I got to reach for it,
Yeah.
it also gives you time to contemplate the experience.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I will have another sip of that.
I do too. Are the cops after you?
They don't even know I'm here. I think they're coming.
Shoot, we gotta wait for this to stop. Filming.
They're going away now. It's okay.
I know. I need to buy a ranch somewhere where it's nice and quiet.
Yeah, a couple million.
Yeah, no problem. Like in the Anaheim Hills, somewhere quiet. There is definitely like a heat to it.
Yeah, well, it's 118 proof.
Yeah, it is.
But what I look for, is there anything offensive in there?
Right.
And is there anything off-putting? And in the finish, it's got a nice wood, warm wood, smoky oak, but there's nothing artificial in there. It doesn't taste artificial. There is nothing artificial in it, but it doesn't taste artificial either.
Right.
It's a nice blend. It's balanced. I'm real happy with the blend. And I had reservations that Jeff was going to come up with use one of these samples and say, this works really well in the cocktail, but it wasn't going to be so good straight.
Oh, right.
Because what's the first thing somebody's going to do when they buy a bottle of this?
They want to taste it.
And if it doesn't taste good, they're going to go, this sucks.
Right.
And then they'll make a cocktail. They go, well, the rum sucks, but it's okay in a cocktail.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other cocktails that use that blend?
We haven't discussed this, but actually there are.
Oh.
It says right here, this will fuel your jet pilot and punch up your other favorite Tiki classics.
Okay.
So, I'm not a bartender, but I know that, especially I'm not a Tiki bartender, but I know that there are several other cocktails like a jet pilot that use these same 3 base rums.
Sure. Okay.
And then other ingredients. And I do know it makes a great jet pilot.
Okay.
I had a jet pilot with this.
Yep.
Not having read all the books and being up to date on all this stuff, I thought that the jet pilot had much more 151 in it. And it turns out it doesn't. Somebody will correct me, and if you do, I don't care.
He doesn't care.
I really don't care.
He doesn't.
But I'm real happy with the blend. And there is a Navy grog recipe that's another blend. So this isn't really made for that.
Right.
Navy grog. We're working on it. It takes time. Everything takes time.
Sure. You know where I had the best Navy grog in my life?
In the Navy.
Not the Navy. At Justin and Mo Bird's house.
Mo does a good Navy grog.
She made the Navy grog, and yeah, that was last week's episode. We shot at their place in Nashville, and it wasn't the Navy grog cocktail, but we had several cocktails that night, and they said they add like a little bit of butter to their honey syrup. Incredible.
Yeah, butter goes a long ways, and it dissolves in alcohol, and there's a lot of good things. We all like butter. It's akin to bacon.
Yeah. Have you tried bacon in this yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't tried much of anything with this yet.
But I don't know why you would. This cocktail right here is like
really happy.
It's really good.
It's really good. I think as soon as the camera's off, you need to make a couple more of these.
See, I knew this would happen. Every time this guy comes around, I end up getting loaded. Yeah, we can do that for sure. Wait, no, tell me another story. You got stories. Is that thing in your way?
No, it's okay. It keeps me from falling over here.
Yeah, you have like an incredible amount of stories about sailing around like Barbados and those kind of places, right?
Yeah, well, go see all the islands. You know, Barbados is one of them. You got to go see them.
Did you go to many tiki bars back?
There are no tiki bars in the Caribbean.
Well, no,
there were no tiki bars.
No, I know that. Yeah, they were actual.
So in the Caribbean, they're rum shops.
Yeah. Oh. Rum shops.
Yeah, rum shops. And it's basically, many of these rum shops are 8x8 wooden boxes with a couple windows in them.
Okay.
And everything is basically built on a multiple of 4. Sheet of plywood's 4x8.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're 8x8. Or you're 12x8.
Wow.
You know, 12x8. Two sheets and another one going sideways.
What was the decor like in those kind of places?
Well, like this, you know, just framed.
You know, just framed.
2x4 with sheet metal on the outside, or shingles, or the wood from pallets.
Okay.
In St. Vincent, along the docks there in Kingston, there's a bunch of little rum shops, and everything's made out of pallets that have been busted up at the dock.
But they didn't go out of their way to decorate the places.
No. We got no time. We're not going to attract any more customers for decoration. They might get a sign, a Banks beer sign, or a Carib beer sign, or something like that. In the back, sometimes they'd have a little pot boiling, and a little fish stew or something. It was a common thing in the rum shop, in a Caribbean rum shop. There'd be a pot of boiled eggs, and you could buy a boiled egg there and put a little salt and pepper on it with your rum. Yeah. And they sell cold beer and rum. Basic stuff. I mean, there were no cocktails.
Right. It was just rum and
ting in a few places.
Okay.
And you drink beer and drink rum, and it was just the essentials.
So when you go to those places now, do they still look similar, or?
Yeah. Nothing changed.
Love that.
I was a little surprised when I came back to the States, particularly bartenders. Oh, tell me about island cocktails. There are no island cocktails.
Well, like we said last time, they really came out of Hollywood. Hollywood and Oakland.
Hollywood and Oakland.
Yeah.
In the resorts, you can get fancy stuff, but
sure.
Most of it you don't want to drink.
No, it's probably
canned Doyle pineapple juice, and tastes like the inside of a tin can with a little rum in it.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Pina coladas and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got coconut milk from Coco Lopez or Goya from Puerto Rico. The Jamaicans don't drink Jamaican overproof rum.
Okay. What do they drink?
They drink Red Stripe. They shoot the overproof rum.
Okay.
And then chase it with Red Stripe. Or maybe chase it with Ting. And they might mix it, but most of the time you shoot that overproof and then you drink a beer. They don't drink cocktails with the Jamaican overproof rum.
Yeah, like some kind of fancy people in Williamsburg, New York. Yes. Yeah. Or Orange County, California.
Orange County, yeah. I can't tell you the number of times I've walked into a bar and they go, "Oh, yeah, I'm so glad you're here. Can you give me any Jamaican cocktails?" And I go, "Yeah, give me a shot of overproof and a red stripe." Threw some bottles up, and now it's the Breezeway Studio. Is this Studio 1A or 1 or?
Yeah, we have all the other studios on the other side of the house. Yeah.
So this would be 1.
Correct.
Studio 1.
Yeah, this is the one.
The 1. Studio the 1.
What bar are you excited about going back to that has been closed this whole time during the pandemic?
Oh, that I haven't been to for a while.
Yeah.
There's so many. Trader Sam's, of course, at Disney is one.
Yeah.
Just love the vibe, love the people there. I did go to Strongwater a few weeks ago.
I still have never been there.
Oh, got to go to Strongwater. Great bar. Great people. They really do a good job.
I helped design the logo to that.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah, he was reaching out to me about just, hey, what do you think about this? And I kind of gave him some ideas. And Robert's already an incredible graphic designer and photographer.
That's what I thought he was doing.
Yeah, well, he did all the heavy lifting, but he reached out to me about, like, what do I think about this? I think all I did was, like, you should have it face the other way. So, yeah, that was my big contribution. Well, I was such a fan of the Blind Rabbit, and that's where we met, and we've been in love ever since. But the Blind Rabbit does such incredible things, and I think Robert holds his staff and himself to such a high level that some of the best cocksmithing in California.
Yeah, he does a good job, and the people that he hires.
What the hell was that? Somebody in a golf cart just went by. Where the hell are they going in golf carts? There's no golf course around here. There's not even a community swimming pool. Every time I see somebody in a golf cart, I go, where the f*** are they going? Is grenadine the other ingredient that I forgot?
Yeah, and you said that's the one you didn't want to pour out of the old topless bottle. See, that's why I'm not a bartender.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm a host, not a bartender. My dog is yelling at your wife. I think this is really a product that's been so anticipated by so many people in the Tiki community and like in the cocktail world and everything. And first of all, I'm so honored that you would want to come back on the show. Well, to come back on the show at all.
Come down here and drink some rum. It's the least I can do. And I always do the least I can do.
Oh. And you've already talked about there are other blends that you're talking about doing.
Yeah, well, I can't stop.
Maybe grog, Mai Tai maybe.
Maybe. Mai Tai maybe. That'd be a good name, wouldn't it? Mai Tai maybe. How about maybe Mai Tai?
Maybe.
You gotta have at least 3 concepts. Mai Tai Mabel? Nah.
That sounds like a country thing. That'd have to be bourbon. One other thing, dude. I wanted to give you this. Breezeway Cocktail Hour enamel pin.
That's pretty cool.
The only people that get those are people who are part of our Patreon on the $10 tier and people who are guests on the show. So either you have a reason to be on the show.
Either I pay you $10 or I come host a show or come stand here and drink rum with you.
Well, when you put it like that, it's like, can I just give you the $10? We have a good time drinking rum, so.
This is cool.
Yeah, and
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. My lovely friend Larissa illustrated the bar on the back there. She seemed to leave Astro out, even though Astro's in every episode barking in the background for.
There we go.
There you go. Did you put the backing up?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. I thought. Oh God. So, folks, thank you so much, and yeah, we'll see you again. Buy the zombie blend. Aloha. All right. You want to make another one of these?
Yeah.
Good.
Shit's good.
Mm-hmm.